Welcome to the Mclaren 650S Coupe. If you haven't seen the collection video from TGE, then the link is below. This car was picked up from McLaren Glasgow, and it's a titanium silver 650S Coupe, 2015 model. So this has the 3.8 litre V8 twin turbo, producing 641 brake horsepower. Last McLaren I had was a black 12C, which I did a YouTube video on, and I put the link below if you haven't seen that. So why did I change up to a 650? First of all, the power is up from 616 to 641. Now that may not sound a lot, but McLaren have done a fantastic job of increasing the torque and the power from low down, so it really is noticeable. They've also introduced inertia push, which gives you an extra push when you're in track mode, so you really feel like you're flying. I think McLaren have actually done a good job on the suspension. So the suspension is softer in normal mode and it's a little bit harder in track mode. So obviously you have the front of the car is completely different, which resembles the P1, and I actually really fallen in love with the front of the car. Initially I thought the 12C was a little bit more classy, timeless, but I've really grown to like the front of the 650. And they got rid of the swipe doors to open. The exhaust is now made out of Inconel from Formula One technology, and it sounds fantastic in or out of the car. So I actually sold my 12C back in July of last year. I sold it to one of my brother's friends, and at the time I was kind of running low on finances, and all my money was tied up in cars, and the McLaren was the one that I decided to let go. And I kind of regretted it pretty much as soon as I'd done the deal, and I really do think it is one of the best cars that you can use on a daily basis that is a supercar. When I looked around for alternatives, obviously the 488 GTB is very similar, 2 seats, twin turbo, 3.9 litre engine, which I didn't love the 488 enough to spend another £65,000. And I think that the beauty of the 650S now is that it's depreciated to the point where I don't think it's going to really drop too much more. They made around 3,000 650 Spiders and Coupes, and I think about 10% of that production number worldwide was Coupes. So you've probably only got about 300 Coupes worldwide, which is rarer than the 675 LT, which they made 500 Coupes. So it's quite rare, and I've never seen one in this color before, the titanium silver. I actually didn't like the color when it was advertised at McLaren Glasgow, and then they sent me a video of the cars that they had in stock, and I saw this in the video and it looked grey. It actually wasn't silver at all, and it's really nice because the car actually looks completely different shades of grey in different sunlight. I love the fact that they've used the P1 as a platform to improve the 650, so you still have loads and loads of amazing technology that was carried over from the 12C, the hydraulic suspension, which makes the car really smooth to drive around over bumpy roads. You've got the brake steer, you've got the amazing dual clutch gearbox, which is really smooth and quite engaging. The dihedral doors really give it an exotic feel. You know, when you approach the car and you lift up the doors, everybody looks at the car. And actually, I think this car actually gets a lot of attention because it's quite rare on the road. If you drive around London, which is where I live, you see quite a lot of Ferraris, especially the 488, but you don't see that many McLarens. The seats are a little bit too firm for me. They are electric and they are they still don't offer much support for me. They're a bit stiff. Maybe that's because the car's only done 3,900 miles and they haven't been worn in yet. That's a possibility. The back still has the rear of the 12C, which looks okay. Obviously the 675 LT looks phenomenally better, I think, than the 12C and the 650 at the rear. In terms of price, what can you buy for £160,000? 458 Italia, Lamborghini Huracan, Honda NSX, and obviously the Mclaren 570S or 570 GT. The suspension really, though, is the key for me. I drove this back from Scotland with my friend Tom. He was really surprised about how smooth this car is. I mean, it really does feel like you're driving in a BMW 5 Series. I did drive a Lamborghini Huracan, and I really didn't like it. The suspension was hard, the interior felt a bit plasticky, and yeah, the engine's amazing, that V10 engine, naturally aspirated engine. But yeah, the McLaren just feels like a much better quality product. So there you have it, the 650S Coupe. Rare, comfortable, fast, great value for money, and in my opinion, the perfect daily supercar.